Nice.
There it is.
We're back. Scream at the Wall is back.
Scream at the Wall.
It's a shell of its former self, but here we are.
Hello.
Scream at the Wall, Mike.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for joining me here at Scream at the Wall.
I'm very happy to be here.
You probably don't know what the history of Scream at the Wall is.
I really don't know what the history of Scream at the Wall is.
It has a lot of history. Is there a problem? Is there a technical
The
issue?
slapback. Can you... He's that computer right there. It's audio. Do you know how to mute that shit over there?
Yeah.
Can I cuss on your show, Johnny?
Hell
Okay.
yeah. Curse all you like.
There you go.
Yeah, all right.
Either that or I'm hearing you in there. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We all good. I don't care.
Okay, that's all right.
All
That's right.
good.
So, do you know the history of Scream at the Wall?
Hell no.
Okay, so the history, you know a little bit because you were
I do
on the
know a
show
little bit.
years and years ago.
I have been on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
It started on public access television in Clearwater, Florida in 2003 or 4? 3?
Well, we're back in Clearwater, so.
Yeah, and we're back in Clearwater. So we've come full circle.
Right.
We're not on public access, but
So that was more of a like a skit show or something like that, or what?
Yeah. Not so many skits. We did a lot of events, a lot of horror stuff.
Really?
We went to conventions and stuff like that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That bit we were playing before we got on air was fucking awesome. I've seen it before. It's been a while. I love the movie reviews.
Reflections of Evil.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
We should do more stuff like that. I know you got your guy, but I mean, you can use me as a sub dude.
I don't have a guy.
Well, let me be your dude. Let's do some. I got the chroma key. I got the chroma key.
All right.
It's something we could do at my house, and we could have.
Okay, we'll start doing reviews.
I think so.
I think my guy's kind of dissing me.
Oh, that's not. Why would you diss Johnny?
Why
would you diss Johnny Track?
Not that he's dissing me. He's just busy.
I don't think you introduced yourself. You're Johnny Trackman.
I'm John Trackman.
Or just Trackman.
I'm just Trackman or something.
I'm Mike. Mikey C.
Mikey C.
Mikey C from Call of Cthulhu.
So we're trying this Scream at the Wall thing here at the nice studios here in Clearwater. The global. I'm sorry, Nolan. What is it? Entertainment Global Media, right?
Entertainment Global Media.
Saying, Entertainment Global Media.
Scream at the Wall Network.
And I guess we're on our own network. The network has a lot of different Talk Slam and Rock Slam, but we're just a Scream at the Wall network here.
Exactly.
Apparently.
There's a lot of networks, but
there's a lot of networks going on.
Right now, this is the only one that matters.
Right. So we this is kind of a test show, but we've got it going on. We've had a couple shows tonight.
Yeah.
We had the Joel Wynkoop's Actors Incorporated first.
That was a damn enthusiastic show.
Yeah, he had a
good time.
couple of guests. They had some fun. We had the COC, Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu show. Yeah, that was my little show.
That was it. Yeah,
and that was probably one of my better shows I've ever done.
You think so?
Yeah, it was nice. It had a good flow.
We're getting good. Mm-hmm. We're getting good at this.
Absolutely.
So now we're on Scream at the Wall, and we're all awkward because
we're back to awkward again.
Yeah, we're back to awkward.
Back to fucking awkward.
It's been a while since actually Scream at the Wall did do some podcasts back in the day, post public access.
Really?
Yeah, back.
You were fucking cutting edge.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, are they good?
We did like 6 shows. Yeah, we did good. We had guests. It was all right.
So, Johnny, what we should do with this is also do what I'm doing with COC. And anytime you do this show, Scream at the Wall, we need to build up a little catalog, and we'll get you on iTunes, and we'll have some audio only. And you could do video podcasts, frankly.
Yeah.
But it's all how motivated you are. I can help you out there.
Okay, I need help.
Mm-hmm.
I need help because I don't do nothing.
You really don't do much. We talked about that earlier on the show, but no, that's not true. I mean, you're getting all this shit going.
Yeah. Somehow I'm trying to pull this off here.
Well, you see how when you said earlier that you were like, I'm not prepared, like just to talk, which was not true, but you understand now how much of getting this shit organized can just suck the fucking life out of you, and it's very hard, and then you've got all these little details to worry about, and it takes away from your prep,
Yeah, I understand.
And Nolan was saying, like, it was the show we did with COC was well prepared because I took myself out of this environment, went in there, made sure I knew what the fuck I was going to do. I talked with Donnie a little bit about what, because he was more curious.
You didn't have me asking you 1,000 questions.
I avoided you. A lot of people like to ask me questions right before we go on, and that's the one time I'm a real dick. I really don't want to fucking talk.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, but you understand, that there's too many fucking details, man. We need help, and we do have a lot of help, and we're lucky again that Nolan's here because even though we took notes, we were not that prepared. But I think I have a grasp on it. I think I could help float this shit, baby.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So what is the rebirth of Scream at the Wall going to be? Yes. I'm not even sure.
Well, I think it should be a combination. It should be some skits like the movie reviews, which are fun and chroma key kind of thing, and kind of we can do like Dave's old porn, but we can use like John's old fucking movies or some shit, whatever the fuck we do, Trackman's old shit, his stinky shits, and we should do the radio show, right. and I could work on skits and things like that, just kind of throw it out there, but we can. Talk about.
Well, you did some. You have done some skits for Scream at the Wall, like Captain Obvious.
That's right.
That's good stuff. Is that available on YouTube or anything? Or
that is available on YouTube. You can go right now to YouTube /Mike Cutolo, MikeCutolo, and you can find that. And I'll give it to you too. We'll have it on Stream at the Wall.
Okay.
Very soon.
Yeah, I need some new content.
And that is old. And we need to do more of that stuff. You're right. And we're running into points now where we need content, and we're just running out of time. There's not a lot of time to do shit.
Not a lot of time. Like, what's going to happen?
I know.
The world going to end?
Yeah, exactly. We've only got till fucking November.
Oh.
And then we got to give up.
Well, yeah.
As soon as December 1 hits, that's it. We got 21 days, and
right.
We got to just ride that shit out. But no, it's hard to do it. I'm a video editor and I'm a director in real life, and I can tell you that it's so hard working with lights and framing and audio.
It's a pain in the ass.
That in order to do it correctly, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
So and then you got editing, and then you got color correction. There's a lot of
get
things.
any of that.
And they shouldn't. No. Like, you can use your little programs on your Mac or whatever and do some dumb fucking editing of your stupid fucking family shit. But it's nothing compared to what we have to do, right. Okay? So you can use your iMovie, and you can add your fucking 1 second dissolve between everything, and you can do your stupid cube spin transition, and I can see all that dumb shit that the 90s invented. And
it reminds me of a Simpsons episode.
Right.
When Lisa had my first video editor or something like that, and
my first video editor.
And Homer kept putting heart wipes in, and she's like, I'm taking my name off of this. Even Lisa knew that
exactly.
a heart wipe was lame.
Well, I mean, it's just a silly thing, but so people want to use the little effects that are in there, and they think it's neat. Like, oh, look at this! I made the video fall down. And then it drops, and then there's a video behind it. Isn't that neat? Oh yeah.
We've invited some guests.
We did.
Yeah.
Before we bring in Vince, I want to say that through my work, I work with Tony Little sometimes on the side.
Really? Okay.
And I shoot some of these things he does for Bright House Networks, and they, I'm gonna say it. I know, but they get some of the worst homemade movies, skits that you could possibly imagine. Well, I had to sit through this one about this lady who made a little dumb video about her cat Sammy. Oh my God, it was the worst thing. And I prepped everybody, because I prepped the videos, and then we go into the control room and do the chroma keys and stuff. And I prepped everyone, like my tape op. I was like, Bobby, it's going to be the worst fucking thing you ever saw. and I'm like, and he was going to cue it up, and I'm like, just cue it, don't watch it. Like, we can't watch this. I don't want to see it again. And believe me, you don't want to see it more than one time. So
was it that bad?
It was pretty much that bad. It was like some old lady, like, and Sammy the cat, and she had like some he's a sickle sucker. Like, she had some like Walmart mic that you could hear, like,
and the camera's all shaky and make
like
you sick. And
it was like a bunch of like stills of like cat fucking and like stupid as hell, like something a 60-year-old woman would make that fucking shouldn't be.
Right.
Some dumb movie about her cat. Well, that's what we deal with. So I've seen the worst that humanity has to offer.
The worst,
and it is disgusting. Sammy, damn you.
We got DT in here taking pictures.
DT! Right. What is up, man? Let's get him on a microphone.
He's got the fancy Canon.
I like the shot he's going for right now. That's actually pretty artistic. He's got fucking microphones in between shit. Yeah.
Is that the Canon
I'm throwing off fucking signs
D5s?
and shit, dude. East
Canon
side.
5D. Canon 5D.
East side.
Yeah, all right.
So anyway, yeah, DT, hop on the mic, man. Come on in. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, there you go. Grab the... he's our camera.
He's multitasking here.
All right. I just made a call there. What was I doing? What am I, host? I'm not a fucking host. Listen to this. I left my phone on for a reason, because Donnie DeBose, who was on the show earlier.
Oh yeah, he at the Freaky Tiki?
Yeah, I think. Let me just do this.
I think it's kind of good shtick. Is it good shtick, you think, to have people answer the phone on air? or is
Hey,
it
I'm on
is
the
it
air
is
right
it bad?
now. This is bad shtick.
This is bad shtick. I don't know. It. Should we talk to him? Put him on speakerphone.
Yeah, I'll be out there in a little moment.
He's talking to Donnie, who's at the bar waiting
All right,
for us.
see ya.
Okay.
Bye.
That's live.
That was a live phone call.
Yeah, that was a live phone call.
Actually, that
We
sounded-
actually have the ability to take live phone calls here, don't we?
We do, but it's complicated.
Do we want? We don't want live phone calls this week, do we?
No, I don't think
Nah.
so. If we have a guest. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll work it all out
Yeah.
one day.
All right.
I think that's a good alternative because
Oh,
sounds
he's
good.
sitting next to you.
Hey, I'm here.
What's up, man?
All right, so you don't know DT, and
No, I do not.
So a little bit of history of what he's told me is DT moved from Buffalo. How long ago?
About a year.
About a year ago, and
shit.
DT was very involved in public access in Buffalo.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And also had a radio show.
Yes.
And so I figured, well, and you're one of us, then you can be
Hey.
on the show.
I'm back.
Yeah. So
Back in radio.
how do you like Florida so far? And you're getting involved in radio a little bit here and in public access and everything,
Yeah, you know what? The first thing about moving from Buffalo, New York, to Tampa, Florida, is the weather, the change of climate.
Sure.
When I first got down here, that first 3 months, I kept saying to myself, "They tricked me. This isn't Florida. This is hell." I mean, I would literally go outside somewhere and be somewhere around people, and I'm the only one sweating to death. And I realized your body has to get used to this heat.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And so I remember the first 3-4 months, I was like, "Fuck going outside." I'm just gonna chill.
Dude, I know. No, you don't. You
And wait till the
You
nighttime.
do anything. Like I just went outside to put trash in my trash can.
Yeah.
Came back inside. I'm breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
man?
felt like I thought it was just me.
Well, no, it ain't.
I had a
just
different
you.
kind of black
You've
skin.
lived here a long time.
Well, no, I'm chubby, so I sweat.
Chubby!
I don't want to go out and say I'm fat, but I'll say chubby. But yeah, no, yeah, it's sweaty, dude.
Yeah.
And real Floridians probably don't go to the beach. Like I had to go to the beach, Clearwater Beach, for some like fun sports fest shit, and I was all fucking wearing white, even long sleeves. I just dealt with it, man, because I don't want the sunburn. It's too much.
Yeah.
It'll kill you. And what everybody that's a novice here, they don't know about Florida. It's like, oh, we got all these plans. We're going to go to the beach early. Then we're going to grab some lunch. And then we're going to go shopping. And then we're going to go out dancing later on. No.
And then it's gonna rain.
No. By 7 o'clock, you're going to be fucking dead, man. Because that sun draws the life out of you.
It
It really does. It takes a lot of getting used to. And then you forget every year, man.
And my girlfriend said, "Hey, we don't go out." I mean, 4 o'clock is the hottest time of the day.
Believe it or not, it
Yeah.
builds up
Now
that
I'm used
bad.
to like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, you would think, especially here.
Shit.
But
wow.
no, for instance, I go biking in the morning sometimes, okay? Because I wake up early. I can't. I'm fucking nuts.
'Cause you're chubby.
I can't sleep. Yeah, and I'm chubby. I'm like, I got to do something about this. So if I go out about 7 to 8:30 or something like that, it's not bad. It's starting to get hot, but it's nice. They're still cool, you know.
get a
There's
little bit
nice-
of a breeze.
A little bit. It's not so bad.
All
And
feels
then,
good. Yeah.
but then I'll go out later, like another day, and I'll do like a on purpose, like a 1 o'clock or something like that. It's just brutal, and like you don't even start moving before you're sweating your ass off. And if you're trying to lose weight and get healthy, that's great. But you could fall out, man. You could fall
as,
out.
as much as we complain
I don't
about the
go out.
weather here, let's face it. It's 4 solid months of really bad weather.
Yeah.
You got June, July, August,
Yeah.
and really September
Yeah.
until October is when it really gets.
And frankly, it was hotter today in New York than it was
Yeah,
here.
it's been very
But-
hot. I
but
talked to
now-
a friend in
now tell
Toronto.
me-
He's like, "It's too hot up here."
Wow.
That's in Toronto.
Tell me,
That's-
would
that's
you
what-
trade 4 months of really bad hot weather for 6 or 7 or 8 months of cold weather?
Well, I spent 10 years. I was born in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of high school, I moved to California. My family moved to California, so I spent 10 years in the Bay Area, where I think it had the best weather.
The other Bay
You know,
Area.
So then I go
The
back
real
to
Bay
Buffalo
Area.
for another 10 years, and
Yeah.
I'm dealing with the weather, the
Right.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
And now I'm down here, so I've got a chance to kind of get a taste of all of it.
Yeah.
And I if you find people who move down here to Tampa, to Florida from New York, and you catch them within the first year, things that they might admit, like one, we have this pseudo fascination for alligators because we haven't seen one yet. I'm always looking for them on
Right,
the side
yeah,
of the
yeah.
road. I'm like, I don't see it. I want to see alligators.
yeah.
I seen it on the freeway. I thought I seen one. I thought I seen the tail of one, but it really was just a torp tire from a car.
Yeah.
And
Is that
I pulled
alligator?
over. I pulled over and got out and grabbed my camera like this is an alligator tail. Fucking tire. Two is those little baby alligators outside your door running around every time you step out.
Baby alligators.
Yeah, that is freaky the first time.
Yeah, it is. You first get here.
Yeah.
And then three now, is this the weather? Getting used to that stuff. And then people from down here say New Yorkers are rude.
Right.
Now the way we see it is that people down here aren't that friendly.
Right.
And so I realized that even where I live, people, they may look at you, but they're not going to really say hello. Unless you say hello first.
Right, yeah.
And so I told my girlfriend, well, how they call us rude? They're the ones rude. They don't even speak. She said, well, that's that Southern hospitality.
Right, yeah.
Where they kind of just mind their own business.
Uh-huh.
And I said, oh, okay, I can respect that. Because in New York, someone would be like, hey, how you doing? Where you from? What you do?
Right,
First 5 seconds, conversation, they jump right into your business.
Hey, what you doing?
Yeah.
See, now we've talked about this before, and I see it differently. I don't know, but in my neighborhood, like if I go out for a bike ride, and I know like all of like 2 people on my block, but I walk down the street, I ride my bike down the street, or even if I walk, people like, good morning, hello. People are waving to you.
I get half and half. I got 2 things. Like I do the Bayshore thing, and like sometimes I make it a point because I look weird. I got to be nice to people because I already freaked out by me. So I make it a point to smile. You're like, hey. So I'm always fucking Mr. Nice Guy. And half the people they're pretty friendly back. Others are not. Well, I got a theory for you though.
Okay.
Dude, no one's from here.
That's true.
They're all from where?
Yeah.
New York.
You're right.
So them rude Southerners are the rude fucking New Yorkers.
Well, I was shocked to see so much New York paraphernalia,
Oh, yeah.
clothing, hats.
Oh, yeah.
And the Yankees be down here,
Yeah, well,
practicing.
you could almost make a case for that, but it's Philly, it's Boston, it's everywhere else because it's a transient state. I mean, people are from everywhere.
you're right.
I wasn't born here.
California's the same way.
I wasn't born here. He wasn't born here. You weren't born here.
Right.
But I've been here since 1980. So, and I grew up here. So the Bucks were my first team. So of course I had all the worst teams. I had nothing, no baseball until the Rays, and so I don't have a lot of the history. And all the other sports franchises, they got killer fucking history. All the Philly, New York.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Boston. They got too much history. There's too many transplants. And they're not going to give up on their teams. It's going to take their children's children before. That's how it's going to be here. And it's you start to see more Tampa Bay Rays hats, trust me, than you ever have before.
So you're saying
they're growing.
The Yankees get more support here than the local teams here.
I don't know about that.
Not anymore.
I don't know about that.
But they have a strong fan base here, and no one's going to deny that. But people are finally, they've been here long enough. They see this crazy team with no payroll, the Rays, and they're starting to support it. So it's becoming more of a thing. But it's still, they went to the World Series. They've been to the ALDS, and they've done some things, and it's right there. So
I
people
got
are
something
more
to say
peaked.
about all that, about the Rays, and being a Yankee fan.
Sure.
And tell me if you agree or disagree with this. Okay, now I go to a lot of Rays games. I probably go to at least 10 to 15 Rays games a year. So I am going. I am spending money. I'm filling the seats. I'm buying beer.
Yeah.
I'm supporting the team. Now I may go and watch a game and root for the Yankees. I may go and see the Rays and Red Sox and root for the Rays. But what's the difference? Why do people care so much who I'm rooting for, as long as I'm supporting the team financially?
No, I see your point, and it's just people are just arrogant. They don't want to see the other team. But fuck.
And those Rays fans, and I always ask people, the Rays fans that are giving me crap, they're the ones that go to 0 games a year or 2 games a year.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now I'm from Buffalo, New York. Never been a Buffalo Bills fan.
All right, good.
And people get upset with me because I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan.
Right.
And I'm thinking, why should I be a fan of someone just because I live in a city?
Right, yeah.
Why can't I be a fan of another team that I enjoy watching? I don't enjoy watching the Bills.
Right.
And I don't, even when they went to their 4 Super Bowls, I was living in California, but because I was from Buffalo, people assumed that was my team. Oh, that's their team. Yeah. No, that's not my team. I don't care about that team.
Yeah.
But then when I come back to Buffalo, because I'm not a fan, something's wrong with me.
Did you root for the Oakland Raiders when you went to Oakland?
Yeah.
You did.
But that's because I relate to the mystique of the Raiders and what they stand for.
They're way cooler than the Bills, bro. Way fucking cooler. I mean, I was a fan of the Bucks since the Bucko Bruce thing, the creamsicle and all that, and they were terrible. And you almost liked them because they were so fucking bad. And then they turned around, they went red and pewter. And they're kind of like East Coast Raiders or whatever.
Right.
And and even Al Davis sued the Bucks because he was like, "You're infringing on my shit. You got my fucking old coach, and now you got you're another pirate team." So
Al Davis was a motherfucker.
But yeah, he sure was.
But
no, I get it. Some people like they live wherever. They like the Cowboys, or a lot of people like the Yankees, and so on. So
like I like
who you
Pittsburgh
like.
was my favorite team for a long time, and I've never been to Pittsburgh.
Right.
But I like players.
Right.
I like teams with dynamic players that I could watch and track their career and root for. But just rooting for a team because you live in that city, I don't really buy into that.
Well, also in these days, and especially with fantasy football, if you play fantasy football, you got to keep tabs on all kinds of players in all the league, all over everybody's team, everybody's team. And so it kind of opens your mind, and you kind of follow everybody at that point. So you kind of almost sometimes root against yourself, like, they're playing the Bucks, but God, I really want fucking Peyton Manning to blow that shit up because he's my fucking man, or whatever. So I that's what I find. And it's all who you're familiar with. Like for me and where I work and whom I'm dealing with, like I'm all about the Rays. I know all about them, all their, so I'm like invested. I know them. I like them. I'm invested. Everybody knows the Yankees. They know Cano. They know fucking A-Rod. They know Jeter. You can already be invested in the Yankees and not even really give a fuck. So they have that advantage. So it's whoever you're interested in.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation for that. Do what you like. Do what you like. I make fun of Johnny over here because he likes two of everything. He likes the New York team and the Tampa team. He likes two of everything.
Yeah.
He likes the Bolts. And he likes the Rangers.
I like the Rangers. I like the Lightning.
Yes, he likes the Yankees
and Rays.
A little bit of Rays. He likes the Jets.
I'm like not so much a Bucks fan, but yeah.
No, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You're staying strong with your Jets.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough teams. I don't know. 32, I guess. You shouldn't have two fucking favorite football teams. You really shouldn't. I mean, you really shouldn't, man. But anyway, so cool. All right, DT. Thank you.
Yeah, so I've enjoyed it, man. Tampa, Florida. I'm enjoying it now.
You will get used to it, and after the 4 months of hell, it's 8 months of all the same kind of almost California weather, but it doesn't get cool at night. There's no 64 degrees at night here, man.
I get up in the morning. I put on TV. I look at the weather. Like, who gives a fuck with the weather? It's gonna be 90 degrees all day, all week, all month long.
No, but yeah, after October though, it's nice.
It's really nice. The only thing you got to keep tabs on the weather now here is just is it going to rain on me today? Because it's going to rain every day, but at what time?
Right.
Is it going to rain at 4 or 5? Let me check the radar.
Yeah.
Have that shit on my fucking.
Oh, it didn't rain today. Sometimes it's like, it didn't rain today.
Or I'll see the dark clouds and it's over there and my lawn is dry.
I got to pay attention. I drive a convertible, so when I like keeping the top down because I'm down in Florida. But one time I was driving somewhere and I had to pull over on the 75 just to put the roof up because I seen the rain coming and just in time too. So.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. Does Vince have can he get back in? I want him to let Donnie in because Donnie's just hanging out by my truck.
Oh, hey Vince, are you out there? Vince is our board op today, and he's going to be a
I don't know
guest
if he's out there or not.
Yeah, he's goofing off, isn't he?
Playing
guitar. There he is. Where's Vince? We got Nolan there. Oh, here he comes.
All right, cool. Why don't we swap me out because I want to go get Donnie.
Okay,
and
sounds
I'll be
good.
back. Cool.
All right. So okay. Oh, you have a guest?
Well, someone came to meet me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Vince, come on in, man. Go sit right in Mike's chair here. Come on in, Vince. Vince. Oh, he's going to look into Vince, everybody cover your ears. Vince likes to scream a lot. He's a little crazy. Come on, Vince. Let's just sit down here. What's up, man?
Let's use a real name for a fake name and then switch it back just to confuse. What's up? Well, I am firing my first salvo. That's right.
What?
My first salvo, like in war.
Are you gonna put the headphones on or no?
Let's try that.
you got.
Do I need these ear cooler muffin
You don't even want to listen to yourself.
No. I scare myself. It's frightening.
I'm scared.
Just like this show. And the people out there, the daywalkers, they're getting to me, John. The daywalkers.
Daywalkers.
Yeah. See, I'm a night walker. That's why I'm here, yeah. It's
You walked here?
Well, I kind of flew with my secret bat cave, It's like, that's all I can afford. I was born poor, and I still got plenty of it. You want some? You want some poverty?
No. Actually, no. I'm fine. Thanks.
You sure? How about you?
I got enough of it already. Yeah.
Well, what the hell are you doing tonight on the new maiden voyage of Scream at the Wall? It's like it's kicking ass, taking names. Are you scaring little children? Because that's what I want.
I don't know. What do you think?
Hey.
Lay it on me thick and heavy.
I don't understand shit.
Vince, I'm lost for words.
Well, that's where I come in. Lay it on me thick like wavy gravy, man. You know, I was seeing these horror shows that you have here.
Did you see Reflections of Evil?
Yes. And
we watched that earlier.
it was, well, the problem is it was reflecting me. That's the problem, John. See, I every time I look in the mirror, I see 2 or 3 people, one good, one bad, one ugly. And it brought back memories, you know what I mean? Reflection of evil. I was seeing myself.
You kind of looked like the guy in there a little bit.
I know.
He was a little heavier than you. But.
Yeah, that's, thank you. That was before I went to the rehab. Yeah. Well,
So, now you've been on Scream at the Wall before, haven't you?
yes,
Back in the day, back in the public access days.
That's correct, sir.
When were you on there?
It
did you
was
do?
1908, I believe.
1908.
Yeah.
Yeah, right after the Titanic sank.
Something like that. It's been a while.
Right.
Maybe I'm confused. Maybe it was 2008. That's right. Just a century off or so.
Was it with the Scream and Sam show?
That's correct.
That's it. That's when it was.
The Scream and Sam show. And then I got roped into being the floor producer on that.
The floor director?
Floor director.
5, 4, 3. That guy?
That was me.
You know all the signs, all the cues.
Roll them! Action! Cut! Their heads off. Yeah, so I was semi on it in a capacity.
Are you from Florida?
I am.
Funny
yes,
you
I
should
am.
ask. Yeah, I was going to say that earlier. Yeah, Vince is from Florida.
That's right.
Where I want to see an alligator.
Well, I can hook you up, sir.
I want to see some fucking alligators, man.
Well, go to
No,
Lake
not in a zoo or an alligator petting farm. I want to see some.
You don't want to go to
real-life-
Busch Gardens.
the Gator
See him.
Farm. No, I'll tell you right where to go, man. Go up to Anderson Park just before you get to Tarpon Springs on the right, and you go down to the jungle part. And there's these little islands. You walk back in the trail, and we used to sit out there and eat lunch and hang out and party. And the suckers will come right up there and stare at you like want some chow, because you're not supposed to feed them.
Right.
But if they get too close, just knock them in the head with a stump.
Well, I heard that an alligator could outrun a human in the first 20 feet.
Well, that's why you gotta learn.
One
from
like this.
You gotta
gotta
learn
run
from your
crooked.
partying experiences, like zigzag. Remember that?
Yeah,
The rolling papers.
Tony Dorsett.
Yeah. You gotta outmaneuver him, man. If you get a big one and he gets to ambush jump on you, you're fucked.
No shit.
Can I say it? Yeah.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that if I can run really fast for like a mile, he'll never catch me?
No.
Nah, maybe about 50 to 100 foot. Depends how hungry he is and how much you pissed him off and how good looking you are to him if it's mating season. But what you really
that
need
would be
to do,
scary.
you just jump him and ride him, man, like like
What
a
about these
fucking
retention
bull.
ponds? Are they really in these retention ponds?
Yeah.
They really are there.
That's what they are for. They're to retain the alligators.
They're like Disney World.
What
for
the hell
gators.
they're feeding on in a retention pond?
Dogs. The neighborhood dogs. They love dogs.
Oh, shit.
What happens, gators, is they develop, I'm a gatorologist, if you didn't know. They spread out, and they start, each male one wants his own turf, like it's bad. You dig, man?
own retention
Bring
pond.
the women. This is my fucking pond, bitch. Stay out.
It's
They
like, like guys I know.
and you'll see some nasty gutter one with beer cans floating and fucking, and they still like it, But so they got to have they start small, and as they get bigger, they jaw down and everything, and they go, "Fuck, this place sucks." They move to another one as they get bigger, spread out like the Three Stooges, until they piss somebody off and get in some old people's folks, and about 10 little schnauzers come up missing.
Schnauzers.
And then they gut them, and they'll find 10 dog collars in their gut, like Frisky or.
Well, let me ask you now. Do all freshwater lakes in Florida have alligators or potential to have alligators?
Yes, absolutely. And crocodiles. In Florida.
So here's the deal, okay? I live on a lake, okay? And I've only lived there about 3 years, but the neighbor down the street, who's lived there for like 60 years, born in the house there, and his dad lived there before him, okay? I talked to him, and I said, are there any alligators in this lake? He's like, well, I've lived here for 60 years, and my dad lived here for 30 years before, and I've never seen an alligator, so there must not be any.
Did he leave in the part about he can't fucking see, he needs glasses, and he drinks all the fucking time?
I mean, I've been in the lake. I've been water skiing and swimming in the lake. I've never had a problem.
Well, yet.
I've never seen one. I've yet to see an alligator.
You've been swimming in a lake that they say alligators are in.
No, they never said that. Everybody tells me there's no
They
alligators.
said they've
in
never
it.
seen one.
Never seen one.
I guarantee there's probably one, man.
Everybody tells me that, but I'm going to
In
continue
any
to...
lake, man. And what you do at night, if you go out there with a spotlight, start scanning. They only come out at night. Well, no, they come out in day too, but they like night. And you'll see their eyes will glow red, man. Like
They make that noise, though. What's that noise they make?
That's a mating
The
sound.
baby ones.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Well, I tell you, they're damn good at avoiding humans unless they're really big. See, you don't got to worry about them till they get till they get about 6 or 7 feet or more. When they get up around 9 or 10, they get a lot more aggressive once they get past like
Isn't
7.
it illegal for me to go looking for them, or is...
Not to go look for them, no. But it's not even. You can kill them and poach. Not poach, but
Poach 'em.
with a license. And but you got a lottery each year. They only give out about 1,500, and people that make products out of them. From shoes to boots, whatever.
So I live in Brandon. Are they out there?
If there's lakes, there's alligators.
Big time. Oh yeah, don't.
Yeah.
You better know where the hell you're going swimming. They don't like really cold water, so your best option is like right in a spring or something. And even then, if they're big enough or hungry enough, they can come in there and get you. But you got to be smart. You just watch where you swim, look around, and know the area. But
So I was told when I went to Florida, you got to watch out for the alligators and snakes. 2 big problems they have down
Snakes
there.
we have. There's snakes in that lake, I'll tell you that.
moccasins.
Yeah.
What about these boas and these pythons?
Well, that's
and shit
mostly
like
down in the Everglades.
that? Okay, they don't make it up this far.
No, they do come up here, but not as much because all the hurricanes hit like the Miami Zoo, and people let them loose over the years, and they started. It's like jungle. They started breeding, and if you want to see something that'll freak you fucking out, about 3 years ago, from a helicopter, these guys took a picture. I'm talking like prehistoric dinosaur people. It was like a 20-foot. Did you ever see that? It was a 20-foot python that was so fucking big around like this, it had swallowed a 6-foot alligator, and the gator to death
wow.
clawed out of its gut, and it killed both of them. But from a helicopter, this thing looked huge. It was like a dinosaur.
Where can
on
we
YouTube?
see this? Is it on YouTube?
It's a picture, it's not a video. But if you look up like monster snake Everglades, it's a real photograph.
Wow.
It was like 3 years ago from in the middle of the Everglades. And it shows that's how long this thing's been out there. It was, literally this big around. It swallowed a
Wow.
fucking alligator. Come on, a 6-foot gator.
See, I'm not anxious to seeing these snakes, but I do want to see, even if it's just a little, an alligator floating around in the water.
And I
mind
can't
its
just
own.
take you to Busch Gardens. That doesn't count.
No, why? Why Busch Gardens? I'm going there with my daughter soon. So.
There's alligators there. There's an alligator farm there.
Okay, that might be. I take some pictures.
The
there.
Gator Ranch.
But I want to see a wild one.
Yeah. There's some up in Odessa on the bike trail.
None
I've
in
seen them.
Riverview, Brandon.
There's got to be, I would think. Yeah.
Any of the rivers down there,
just-
go down to Waimama. And anywhere down there. No, they're there.
So that's my pseudo fascination. I want to see a fucking alligator. I just saw, and when I see one, I'll be like, okay, cool.
All right, I'll
been
find
there, done
one.
that.
There's one over by the Oldsmore Flea Market, I hear.
Okay.
there used to be.
Living in the drain pipe.
Is
They
that
got rid
crazy?
of
Oh, they got rid of them?
Yeah.
Really?
Because the PETA people said he was stuffy. It was just like I said, full of beer cans and
Oh, yeah.
algae and garbage, and he'd come up.
Oh, they were just throwing stuff at him to eat. Oh, that's
It
that's
was
kind of sad.
pathetic. He seemed to like it. They don't complain much.
Mm.
Well, what you want to do is go up there to Lake Tarpon, and they're like from me to John away, but pet them. Go, they don't mind. Go ahead. The little ones are friendly little fellas.
Hell no.
Shit, a little one this big will snap your fucking finger off in a minute. But,
So Vince, you're on another podcast, right?
that is correct.
And that podcast is
Well, it's the ScreamingSam.com show.
Screamin'.
Screamin' with no G.
Screamin', no G.
SCREAIM.
And who is this Screamin' Sam?
Well, Screamin' Sam, he's the name on the marquee. I co-host a show with him. It's broadcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Mars, it's you take your pick. And it's like a cross between Wayne's World, Howard Stern, and Girls Gone Wild. We have a cavalcade of freaks and wild, interesting personalities. And Screamin' Sam, he's comedian. and
ScreamingSam.com, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
ScreamingSam.com.
I'm gonna adjust the cameras and take some pictures.
Okay, thanks.
All
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
All right.
And he
Multitasking here. He is.
impersonates the one and only Sam Kinison, and I do my own comedy alongside his. In fact,
Oh, is that what you call it? Comedy?
well, a mutation of it, like a viral fucking zombie comedy. There, Marilyn Manson meets Rob Zombie meets comedy, something like that. It's a learning curve from hell, right?
Now, you kind of like a sidekick?
Well, I
Sidekick?
sometimes
Karloff?
you can kick me in the side like a mule's when I'm like a mule sidekick, and then other times I'm like the co-host.
You ever see the movie Ed Wood?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Sidekick? Karloff?
Well, I always wonder. It's like if you got wood in the morning and your girlfriend helps you with it. Is she a lumber liquidator? That's what. That's what I'm kind of wondering. But back to the subject matter. Yeah, Screaming Sam. He's a great guy, man. He has helped me a lot in my comedy career. We met at a comedy workshop about 13 years ago, and because of him, we went on the road. And I got to give him many props and thanks. He helped me quite a bit. I didn't even know if I'd be where I'd be here today if it wasn't for him helping me. We first started going on the road, and then we took a hiatus a couple years, and then he started a TV show because his old lady didn't want him to go on the road anymore. And we started TV, and it morphed into a radio show. We cover live events. Everything from Exotica in Miami Beach to FetishCon to X-Bash to Girls Gone Wild to Spring Break, Wild Weekends in Fort Myers.
Well, you talked about everything except how he got started being Screaming Sam. And why do you call him Screaming Sam?
Oh, well, he was born with almost exact replica. Just he hit the lottery in the DNA gene pool. They told me, you, out of the gene pool. But he hit the lottery. I got thrown out. But so did my great-grandpappy, Attila the Hun. But, which is true. But he was walking through Disney World, and he just happened to have a Mickey Mouse beret on, and everybody started screaming at him, "Oh, oh, 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 oh!" And he hadn't really even heard of Sam Kinison. And people started yelling Sam at him, and he asked them, why are you calling me that? And they said, you look just like Sam Kinison. And so he looked him up, and he freaked out.
Googled him.
Yeah, I Googled him. And he Googled that shit, man. He thought he was looking in the mirror. And he started listening to this material and loved it. And little by little, he morphed.
He morphed into him.
Yeah, and he's the only... Our show is the only show on planet Earth that has the sole backing and rights to the likeness and material of Sam Kinison, including all of his live shows. A lot of them were never released. That's right from the Kinison estate. You will only hear on our show. And if you love Sam Kinison, that's another reason to come to it. We intermix on our live 24-hour streaming show. You can link to from our website. Besides the podcast, on those we intermix unreleased Sam Kinison during a 24-hour cycle, sometimes a month cycle.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that unreleased?
Unreleased.
Only Bill Kinison, Bill's brother, Sam's brother, he's given you permission, correct?
That's correct.
Given Sam permission.
For the likeness to use that character and for the permission to use any of his material. And we have a lot of extremely rare that was sent to us by fans that were like bootleg, some of them that you'll never hear anywhere. Mm-hmm. Some that was super rare from the Kinison estate. And then Sam collects any way, shape, buy stuff off eBay. So from several avenues and venues, you can hear stuff that you'll never find or
That's awesome.
Extremely rare. And yeah, a lot
of you just brought back something that I thought of about bootlegged Sam Kinison. So people went to his shows and snuck cameras in and shot video of him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Yeah. That reminds me of something that happened to me a couple of years ago. And I had just gotten this brand new camera, my brand new Panasonic HD camera, which is very nice. I love it. It's recording the show right now.
They kick ass.
And Vince said, "Hey, you just got a new camera. I got something for you to record." And I said, "Cool. What is it?" He's like, "Well, we're gonna go and interview Doug Stanhope, the comedian."
There you go.
And I was like, "Oh, awesome! I'm a big fan of him. I want to go check it out." So we go down there to the where was it at?
The Crowbar.
The Crowbar in
Ybor
Ybor City in Tampa here, and of course we're not on the list. You know,
Did I plow our way in or
so
what?
Vince bullshitted his way in.
That's right. The pirate army.
Honestly, and I don't know how you did it because
I'm that good.
the guy at the door was big and mean, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna bullshit." And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, just go ahead in."
I hypnotized him. You see.
And the owner was just like, "Go ahead in," you know.
Put the spell.
So I go in there. I've got my camera, and I said, "Well, Vince, Doug has given us permission to interview him after the show, correct?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "But he does not want us to record while he's on stage, right?" "Well, did someone try to stop you?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, go ahead and record." I'm like, "Well, okay."
Go for it, kid.
So now the show had already started. We walked in late. You know, it was already maybe 10 minutes into the show.
Fashionable.
And so I'm there with my big fancy camera, getting shots of him and you know, moving around and you know, I didn't even dawn on me. I figured, yeah, it's all cool, you know.
Sucker.
He knows we're coming. And so Doug looks, all of a sudden he stops dead.
In the middle of the show.
It stops in the middle of the show and looks at me. "Excuse me just 1 second. Who the fuck are you? Who the hell are you recording my show? Who gave you permission?" And I was just dumbfounded, you know. And of course I was terrified, and I stopped recording, which I should have kept it rolling. That would have been some great material. And he just berated me with, "Who told you could record? And where is?" I was like, "Oh, my friend told me I just said I was invited to record you today. I'm sorry if you want me to stop."
Screaming.
He's screaming at me, and it just, you know, I just put the camera down and crawled into a hole.
You were trying to point at me, and I purposely hid in the
hid.
crowd. I was hiding, dug down. And I had
a guy right there.
He couldn't find me. He's like, "Oh dear God, where is he?" But he was hoping
But
that.
actually, after the show, he was actually really cool, and he came up to me and he kind of said, and he was kind of pissed at you, I think.
Yeah, well, I took up for us.
Yeah.
He's saying, "Who's the guy?" And I go, "It's me, this guy." And I had a Doug Stanhope T-shirt on, and I kept fucking pointing right at his head and his shirt. "Oh, this guy," pointed at him, but me. And I did it in a comedic way, and he finally laughed. You know what he said? He looked at that shirt and just stared at it all drunk for like a minute and goes, "Boy, that $15 is long gone." That's what he said. He just fuck it, referred to the shirt.
And you know, and after that, he took it really lightly, and he was actually, I think he was wanting to do the interview, and he was with Bingo, and they were getting drunk.
Bingo.
That's his girlfriend, right?
Oh yeah. She has a marching band fetish.
Yes.
Every time I see her, she's wearing marching band uniform. Bingo.
Heard a funny story about that on the Howard Stern show, but I won't get into that.
She's cool. I like her.
Yeah. It was fun, but he made me promise. Just do me a favor. Don't put this shit on YouTube, because I understand why he doesn't like it, because people watch it and they just give away his bits. They yell out the punchlines and stuff.
Right.
While he's there. So I kind of understand it. But now, I was thinking about it the other day, and I said to myself, well, wait a second now. Doug has asked us not to play the footage from it.
Well, I think
But he has not asked us not to talk about the incident.
Right.
You know? So I'm thinking that this little clip here that we're talking about is going to go on YouTube.
It ought to.
And maybe with just a little bit of B-roll.
At this point, I think there was a time limit. He was breaking in new
The statute
stuff.
of limitation has passed.
Yeah.
And he's not going to come hunt us down.
No, last I seen, he was in Norway.
And if he does see it, he's going to get a big kick out of it.
I think. Yeah, enough time has
Hey,
passed.
Mike's back.
Hey.
Uh-oh. But I think you're off.
Hey, everybody.
I think you might be out of frame in the
That's
camera.
okay. I just wanted to come and I got to roll out of here. I got to take care of Donnie.
That's cool.
Thanks a lot. It was a good show. I appreciate it, and I love listening to you, Vince. So fucking keep ripping it up.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So fuck all that bullshit.
So-
Fuck all the
Thanks,
haters.
too.
Fuck all the haters.
Fuck all the haters.
All right, but anyway.
Get out of here. All right, thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it. All right, cool.
All right, thanks for coming.
Peace out.
It's Mike Catullo from Planet Graveyard. He's on his way out.
Chick Cast, man. Check him out. He was cool enough to
Check
hook
his
me up with a
gig. He's
CD.
playing somewhere in St.
Bar.
Petersburg, at the Foo Bar in St.
27.
Petersburg, the 27th of July.
My website.
planetgraveyard.com. Colocatolo.com. .com. Right, later.
Awesome. Heavy shit, man. It's heavy, man. I like it.
Well, it's been a long night. It's been a long night, and
It's the witching hour.
yeah, it's about 12:30 here Eastern Standard Time, and I don't know how many people watch live, but maybe we could push the download a little bit.
There was like 30,000.
Well, what do you think? Should we upload that Doug Stanhope stuff to
Hell
YouTube?
yeah!
Yeah.
When he was talking to us, he was in a vein of comic hysteria because he would put in some new stuff he was working on. That was the main thrust of his complaint. He didn't want it right away, but he's done with that tour.
That's true.
And he's done a couple since.
I saw him. I was watching him on Netflix the other day. He did a bit in some foreign country, Yugoslavia or somewhere.
He was on, it's through Scandinavia. He did a tour.
He did it,
Sweden,
and he
Norway.
did a very low budget video from a chocolate factory in I forget where.
Sounds like Scandinavia with the chocolate.
Yeah,
or
but
Germany or
but
something.
check. We'll give him some props, because he's cool.
Oh yeah, it's
and
great stuff you never heard of.
And he'll
before.
probably want to hunt me down after we put this clip on YouTube.
He's emailed me before on MySpace, personally, and
What was that, like 1995 or something?
so
MySpace.
I'd actually interviewed him like 2 years or the year before that for like a 20-minute interview when he was stinking drunk. And it was great.
Wow.
It was
You think he'd be upset if we uploaded that to YouTube as well?
I doubt it. Actually, he'd probably be, laughing his ass off. But he invited me to go out all night party with him at the Czar and his manager. And he was so fucked up. He was walking sideways, and I go, "Can I get your autograph?" And he grabs the pen and he signs it. "I'm drunk, Doug Stanhope." That's what he signed it. And it was some chick I borrowed the pen, swore that I would give it back. It was like her mom's or something. And he's standing there just with the pen, and I'm like trying to grab it. He keeps moving his hand, looking at me all drunk, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And finally I just had to grab it and go, "Look," I couldn't explain because he was fucked up, and I just ran off with the pen. He's like looking at me like, "That's crazy, you bastard." But I still got that. But yeah, I'd interviewed him before, and no, we're going to put it up one of these days when the producer of the Screamin' Sam show gets around to it.
Well, what does that have to do with Screamin' Sam?
Well, me and the producer of the Screamin' Sam show went down here, and of course,
Okay.
I had no tickets or nothing, and I did the
You did the
fucking
same thing.
hoodoo again, and I bullshitted my way again through their lacked security. Here's a hint: you don't want them in the Secret Service. I'll tell you.
Well,
I bulldogged my way.
hopefully they won't be watching the show and your gig will be up.
Well, I work on my ninja skills, so I can get it. I sneak in places all the time. I feel if I can't get past them, what kind of a ninja would I be, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi! I'm like,
All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up here in a little bit here. So, Scream at the Wall is back. We're going to try to do a weekly webcast.
kicking ass.
And it'll also be available on YouTube. Scream at the Wall on YouTube. Also, you can go to screamathewall.net and catch all of our video clips. There's about 70 so clips on there.
Hardcore.
And so I guess that's it.
That's
Vince,
it. You taking names.
will
and
you be
kicking
back
ass.
next week?
I certainly will, sir.
Vince has been training to be our board op.
That's right.
So he's going to be like our Fred Norris of, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I was bit.
You'll be chiming in and.
Well, if it's not a full moon, I was bit by a werewolf like a month ago. So it just depends if it's a full moon or not. Because it's like slipping in little by little. I mean, it's like I slip in.
All right. You screaming.
I'm working on it. I'm in training. I'm pre-werewolf state. You see how hairy I'm getting? Yeah. Everything, man.
I've lost you.
See my hair?
Completely lost you.
Well, look here. My hair was shorter than his last week. So that ought to be a fucking clue to you. I love it, though. You ought to see it's like an acid trip whenever it kicks him. I start seeing it like shades of infrared and shit. I love it. I need to hunt that werewolf guy down and get bit again to kick it up a notch. Like, I want to be extra werewolf. But, yeah.
I'm lost. Why are we talking about werewolves again?
Well, because I'm French. Loup Garou. That's part of being French. They don't like to talk about that. This is yeah. They just like to talk about their wine and fucking their women. And yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're about wrapping it up here, right?
You sure?
Well, I don't have access to my clip.
You don't want to talk about my experimental phase of my rocket?
No, wait. Save that for next time.
I'm building a nuke in my backyard and I'm threatening my neighbor.
No, I don't want to hear about that.
Oh, okay.
No, we're about.
Damn.
We got to go to bed.
What about the graves I got in my backyard? You don't wonder about why they're there?
Bring some B-roll of that, and we'll show it next week.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna go take a nap here in a little bit, and we're gonna wrap this up. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Scream at the wall!
Oh yeah!
Woo! Hardcore, Frankie style, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Somebody kill it, kill us. We're out.